All of your competition is distracted all the time because they are busy, but they are not productive and they are not working on the thing that matters the most. Now, you can ask Howard, but what if I have other important things? It's easy for you to say, how can we do that, right? And the answer is very simple. So after you open your calendar and you look at it and you realize how you spend your time, is to run through this process that maybe you're familiar with from Elon Musk, who shares how he actually focuses on optimizing and becoming efficient as a business. And he has a multi-step process. And the first step of your process, I don't know this by heart, so I'm gonna use logic to write it down. But the first process is that you question the requirements. So let's say you did the right time study and you say, okay, Howard, I understand. I need to work on content consistently, prioritize it every day, and let some other fires burn, deprioritize other things, let some other problems exist while I focus on the most important problem in front of me, which is getting more clients and making them work more. And now I don't know from other things though, what is important and what's not important, right? Now, this is what you do, is you question the requirements. So let's say you say, okay, like all of my clients, I need to respond to them within 10 minutes. If I don't, then everyone is gonna stop working with me. Well, maybe that's a false belief. You need to question that. Is that true? What if you start doing that after you work on content and you respond with them within 6 hours or 10 hours, or you respond to your team within 6 hours, as an example, right? Will something burn? You don't know, but you need to question it because maybe you have a false belief that's stopping you from making the progress that you want to make. So the first thing is you always question. As Hormozi says, sometimes the best way to solve a problem is to decide that it's not a problem. So if you think, okay, wait, let me question this. Do I actually need to do this? A lot of the times you realize that you don't, or you can do it differently. The second thing that you do is you eliminate, right? So you get rid of it. So let's say you are posting right now on LinkedIn and you're not getting any followers and it's been 3 months. But when you post on YouTube, you are growing, or the vice versa. Well, in that case, what if you think that you need to be on all of these platforms, but you need to say, wait, what if I delete? What if I simplify? What if I get rid of the things that take my time? So LinkedIn is not getting results. I'm going to get rid of that and I'm going to double down on what's working for me, as an example. The third thing that you do is you simplify. So let's say that you have a YouTube process, right? And every time you need to come up with an idea, then script it, then record it, then send it to an editor, and you record one video a day. So what if you simplify it? What if you actually come up with a system where you maybe batch record things? You simplify the process. You say, you know what, I'm going to keep it simple. Monday is a day where I'm going to script everything, or I'm going to come up with the ideas. Tuesday is when I'm going to record everything. Wednesdays, I'm going to send it to the editor, give all the instructions, right? And then Thursday, they're going to edit, and Friday, I'm going to post. I'm going to post one video a week, and it's going to be on Fridays. This is my system, so I can actually be more productive. I can simplify it, so I'm not overwhelmed all the time. That can be an example. The fourth thing that you can do is to accelerate, right? So let's say you already have your YouTube process. So I think, okay, how do I do this faster, right? Maybe it takes me every time to set up the cameras or set up my iPhone. Can I just put it there as static so I can just click record every time? It's at yourself. So ask yourself, how can I do what I'm doing faster, right? And sometimes this is when you can use tools. This is when you can optimize. This is when you can think, okay, maybe it gets time for me to get back to my leads. What if I hire an appointment setter? Or what if I implement AI so AI can respond to my leads? That's what we have done recently, for example. So if you do this, then it will be faster, right? But this is a place where most people make mistake, where they do this as the first thing. So instead of questioning the requirement, they are trying to make it faster. They are trying to simplify it, when in reality, maybe you shouldn't do it. That's a famous quote from Elon Musk when he said that one of the most common traits of smart people is optimizing something that should not exist.
The most common error of a smart engineer is to optimize a thing that should not exist.
You are optimizing something that you shouldn't be working on in the first place. Because when you are trying to scale to 100K a month, there are too many things for you to work on. So you actually can't work on all of them. So you have to pick. And sometimes you're optimizing all of these things or making them faster when you shouldn't work on them. Let's say again, you're posting on YouTube or Instagram and LinkedIn, and let's say LinkedIn isn't working for you, as an example. A lot of people will think, well, I need to do it fast. I need to make more posts, right? And maybe it's true, but maybe you need to start by questioning it and thinking if you should do it in the first place. But this is only after you questioned it, only after you got rid of things, only after you simplified, that's when you make it faster, not the other way around. And the final step is when you automate, right? So this is when you use Zapier integrations, use AI, you use AI agents to automate. This is the only last final step, because when it's already working, that's when you automate, not when you try to automate something that hasn't even worked when it's not automated yet, right? This is a mistake that I've made a lot of the times. So this is how you can analyze and actually decide what's worth spending your time on in your business and what's not worth spending your time in your business. And by doing this process and doing a time study, you deprioritize other things. And yes, it's going to be painful because most people won't do this, but you need to do that. You need to be creative and try to get as much time back as possible by hiring people, by looking at what you are spending your time on that you shouldn't spend your time on, and reinvest that focus as much as possible into getting better clients, getting more proof, making better content so you can get more clients and make them worth more. Because the reason that most people don't get to 100K a month, if you already have proof, if you already are consistent, is not because you don't know how, it's because you are making a little bit progress on 10 different directions when you need to get that in one thing and go all in. And if you do that, you will get ahead of everyone because you will reach compounding. And especially because no one else is doing it, especially because everyone else is distracted, that's going to help you even more. And of course, in the beginning, it will take you some time. It won't be like very fast. So you'll start like this, right? And then boom, it will grow because every single day, all the content, all the hours you are putting into getting more clients, into more outreach, into better ads, into attracting better clients, increasing your LTV is going to compound and it's going to set you apart from your competition. Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description and you can apply to join there.